Hello, welcome to Studio 22. I'm your host, Mariana Duran, and today with us is Coach Women's Basketball, Bo Overton. Coach Overton played at the University of Oklahoma from 1980 to 1983. He moved back to Oklahoma City University this year to coach women's basketball. He also was coach of Chicago Sky on December 2006. Today we'll be talking about his experience and giving us some advice on basketball. So don't move, we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Studio 22. Hi Coach, how are you today?
It is very good to be with you today.
Oh, thank you. I know, I'm a good company.
You're exactly right.
I want to show you something before we start the interview. It's a clip for you, so let's take a look.
Growing up in Oklahoma, literally in the shadow of Owen Field, being able to go to the football games, sneak into the basketball games, I've always been around sports. My father was a basketball coach. My uncles were basketball coaches. They were all my role models. My name is Bo Overton. I'm the head women's basketball coach at Oklahoma City University, and I am Chickasaw. It was just always an honor and a privilege to be from Oklahoma and to be at the University of Oklahoma. You know, I just wanted to wear the uniform, much less play. And then I was lucky enough to coach at Oklahoma with the women. And then that led to the WNBA, which then led me to coaching in the Olympics with the Chinese team.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. 44 ISO, 44 ISO.
The strength of the female athlete now is amazing. Watching how hard they work and then watching them realize their dream, realizing what they work so hard for. That's what it's all about. As you go through these challenges with the team and you have the support of the people, your family and your friends, the support of the Chickasaw Nation, it just helps you persevere.
See more stories about the Chickasaw people at profilesofanation.com.
Okay, Coach, we can see a little bit of what you've been doing all this year. So can you talk about it, how you start to play basketball? I know your dad and your uncle were coaches, but how you started to play?
Well, I think, you know, when you go back, when I was little, my father was a coach, and so I always grew up in a gym. And whether it was playing football or basketball or baseball, whatever they were coaching, I was with them doing it. As I grew up, then I wanted to play, of course. And so I started playing, and you know, as you grow up and you go to you see on TV and you watch the games, then of course, I grew up in Oklahoma, so I wanted to play in Oklahoma. And then I was lucky enough to get to play at OU. It's a very neat experience to grow up in that city and then also play there, because it's a nationally known place. You know, you get to travel all over the country, you play in national tournaments, and people come from all over the country to play. I had teammates from Indiana, from Florida, from Illinois, from California, and when you have a person from Oklahoma that is playing on the team, well, of course, you know a lot of people that come to the games and a lot of people that watch you play. So it's a very big honor to be able to do that.
So how can you describe to play in Oklahoma University and then you became a coach?
Well, I think you know, when you play, you always want to go to the next level, whatever the best level is. And when your playing career is over, you know, then you want to stay in basketball. And that's one of the things that you will notice is when you're not with a team, you know, that's your family.
Yeah.
And I've had the opportunity to either play or coach my whole life. And there's been 1 or 2 years where I wasn't on a team. I might have been doing something else. And you miss it. You know, you miss being with your team. You miss the travel.
Yeah.
You miss the work of getting to those games. And for our instance this year, getting to a national tournament. You know, playing and doing the national tournament's fun, but the best part of it is all the work that leads up to that.
In how coach, you made it for the Final Four with the women's basketball team. How was it being the Final Four?
It's very special. It's a very special. You know, I just talked about how hard you have to work to get to your goal, and that's every team, every coach's goal is not only get to the Final Four but win a national championship. And I it seems like it was yesterday. I can remember being on that bus, you know, with a police escort, you know, zooming through downtown with all the people and all the traffic, you know, to get to the arena to play the game. I can remember our team, not the coaches, but I can remember our team walking down, you know, to eat dinner, for instance, and you know, people running up and wanting autographs from the players and things like that. So it's just to do all that hard work, you know, and then be able to reach that goal. It's just it's a special feeling.
I bet it's pretty cool. And I want to ask you something before we go into the break. How was the experience in the Olympics games with the Chinese team?
Just another special thing. The only difference for me was, you know, being with another country is different than representing your own country. But I thought that being able to just be in the Olympics and see how that worked was a very, very special fun deal.
Yeah, I think like a player is my dream, just go to Olympics game and have that experience. So maybe I can do it soon.
Well, you can, and you know, there's so many things that go into it. Eating in the village, they have your own McDonald's in the village where, you know, you can go get chicken over here or rice over here. Oh, I want a Big Mac. And you don't have to pay for it. It's just a McDonald's, a whole store sitting there that you go get what you want. And then you go sit down and there's LeBron James and Tony Parker and, you know, all these people that you see all the time. They're just sitting right there. So it's incredible.
Okay, we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back to Studio 22. I'm here with Coach Overton, and we're going to show some basic basketball positions. So we're going to start with defense, Coach.
The defense.
Okay.
Something that a lot of people don't understand when they watch games is we have rules. We have certain rules. If you don't do those rules, you get a foul called or at worst, a basket against you.
Yeah.
So the first thing I want to talk about is if I'm guarding you right here, and you have the ball, and you are facing me, okay? I have to be in this position, and I cannot touch you with my hands. If I just touch you with my hand, the referee will call a foul. So I have to make sure that I'm down and in a position to when you move, I can move to stay in front. As a player, you never want to be in front of somebody and that player goes by me. That's a bad thing.
Yeah, it is.
So that's why players do a lot of practice and a lot of work, because it takes a lot of practice to be and stay in front of you. Even when you change directions, I still have to stay in front. Now then, to continue with that rule, if you have your back to me, and let's say we're closer to the basket, if your back is to me, now I can use one arm here. As long as it's bent, I can hit you right here and have this arm, we call it an arm bar, okay? But once she turns around, I have to release and show my hands again. If I stay doing this when she turns, then of course that's a foul. So those are the two things on defense that you see on TV a lot, where There might not be a lot of contact, but because my hand went like that, the referee is taught to automatically call a foul.
Okay, I want to talk about the shot. How is it, you know, the mechanic to have a really good, yeah.
Well, you know, when we have players come here to OCU, they usually are already very good at shooting the ball. So there's not a lot of going back to basics that we do. Now, what I will do is I will be careful and show them the flight of their ball. A lot of times if a ball is flat, that's not a good thing. So you want the ball to go up in the air. A lot of times I will see players follow throughs. And if they shoot the ball and just bring their hand down real quick, then I can notice to fix that. And the way I would fix it is I would tell them when they shoot the ball to keep their follow through up until that ball hits something on the rim up there.
Okay, what about the dribble? I know not much players can dribble with both hands. Maybe if you're right hand and you just dribble with one.
Well, I think one of the keys when I go see high school players and younger players and even players we play, we try to see tendencies that give us an advantage. One of the things that I see people do a lot is they dribble the ball too high. If this ball is above my waistline, then that means that ball is taking longer to get back to my hands. So now if the defender wants to try to get the ball, she's going to be able to get the ball because that ball is up in the air too long. So every day we talk to our players about getting this ball down. So I want this ball to be down low. That way when I need to move directions, I can move directions. And what I like to see is this ball about no more higher than thigh high. So whenever I'm dribbling, the closer the defender gets, the lower the ball gets. If she backs up, then I can dribble this ball a little higher. She gets closer, that ball gets lower. Okay?
I see. And do you have any advice for players, you know, maybe being watching this interview?
Well, I think my advice for players, especially as they're in junior high and high school, is this game requires a lot of work. My players put in a lot of work to be able to be at this level and play the way they do. It's an everyday game. You have to play in the summer. You have to play all the time. Now, you can do other sports. You can play soccer. You can play volleyball. You can do things like this. But basketball is such a skilled game because you have to be able to pass it. You have to be able to catch it. You have to be able to get that ball in that basket. So it requires a lot of work, a lot of practice, and the better players you see are the ones that work the hardest. And
I know, like, as player, we have to do a lot of workouts because to being better, what you say, you have to do games in summer, run. So
it takes a lot of work.
Yeah,
summer, spring, you got to work on your body. Like we talked about with the skills, you got to study the game. You got to watch a lot of film, watch a lot of games.
Well, we're going to a break really fast, so don't move. Hi, welcome back to Studio 22. I'm with Coach Overton. So we're going to see some highlights from women's basketball OCU, so we can talk about what happened this season here.
Okay.
Okay, let's take a look at the first clip. See.
We are on defense here, playing at home. We led the league in steals. Our team did a really good job. We led the league in rebounding. So on defense, we did a good job. There we are, contesting that shot, getting that rebound, and then trying to get down the floor as fast as we can. That was a good job.
And about the defense, we play a lot zone this season. how you work on that zone?
Well, you know, we played a lot of zone because of the players we had. We only had 7, 8 players most of the year, so to keep everybody fresh where they didn't get tired.
Yeah.
And another important thing is to not get fouls on certain players.
Okay.
We talked about how if you touch them with your hand, they call foul. So in a zone, we can show our hands a lot more, and it was very good for us. Won a lot of games.
So how you worked the movement on the zone?
Well, the movement, it's very simple. A lot of the players, when they come here, already know the basic part of that. And what we do is just go to that next level, which is, you know, the guards have a certain job when the ball's in their area. When they have the ball, the forwards have a certain job when it's in their area. So everybody works together. If one person doesn't do their job, then they're probably going to score. So everybody has to play together, and we did a good job this year.
Okay, let's take a look to the next clip.
Here we are on offense where we attack the basket. That's is that Allison Fry?
Yeah.
Attacking the basket. Something that we try to talk to our players all the time is trying to get the ball into the paint, whether it's by dribbling or passing. When you do that, that puts the defense in a problem.
And I see a lot offensive transition this season. So how you work on that?
Well, every day in practice, we do a lot of drills in transition where we're passing the ball. Talked about the skills of being able to play this game, and every day we do transition where we throw the ball up the floor or we dribble the ball up the floor. There's a lot of ball handling, people in the right spaces, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I see that a lot this season. I think it worked. So let's take a look at the next clip.
Offense again, we've got an on-ball screen, and we're going to go high-low to our good post player. And then she turns around and scores. And that's one of our strengths this season was we had 2 very good players in the post. And so to take advantage of that, take advantage of defenses, that was a certain look to get that ball inside, and they executed very well there.
And I know you like to play inside because I think it's where you get the more damage. So how you get there?
It can be guard. It can be a guard posting up a smaller player. It can be post players posting up. Again, you know, trying to throw the ball into that area or dribble into that area puts the defense in a problem. And however, there's several ways to get that ball to that area, and every player has to execute and do their job. And when they do that, the defense has a problem.
And I know you play a lot inside out and out inside too, so I think
correct.
It's good.
When you throw that ball inside to somebody like Daniela, somebody like Kat, you know, people can't guard them one-on-one, so they have to come off, and when they do, we can throw it to open players who can make shots.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for this advice. We're going to a break, and we'll be right back. Hello, welcome back. So, Coach, I want to ask you what we are expecting for next season here in OCU.
Looking forward to having a lot of fun. We have 5 new players, inside players, guards that will help the returning players back. And the thing I'm most excited about is the players that are returning. We have a good crew that had a great year this season, but had a lot of experience, and look forward to them getting better and maturing and having a lot of fun next year.
Yeah, I bet. I'm pretty excited. And I have to say this, I'm so thankful having you like a coach, because I learned so many stuff from you this year. And I'm very happy because you're a really nice person. And I'm just happy to be part of this team.
Well, thank you very much. It's an honor to be able to coach you and be on this show today and work with all this talent.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all the crew, all the people inside the cabin, and well, I'm just happy to be here and do this with all these people. It's so nice.
You didn't know that you were going to be this good at this stuff. See, you're going to have Telemundo and those people.
Yeah, maybe.
This tape will be going to Telemundo and coming right back to us. And then I don't have you next year. You'll be on TV, and I won't have you at the game.
I can be famous star.
This is unbelievable.
I'm no more basketball.
I better not turn Telemundo on and you're on one of those soap operas. That's all I got to say.
Maybe. Next time you need
You need to be sports person. No soap operas.
Okay.
No acting about somebody's animal or that died and you're crying.
Okay, Coach. Thank you so much for coming today. And thank you guys for being so helpful today. And thank you. This was Studio 22. Thanks for watching.